going on, guys? Master Shields here, Champions Martial Arts Center. This is Talk Tuesday, Season 2, Episode 1, or 21, however you look at it. On today's show, we're talking about 3 amazing things: how to get self-motivated, choosing the right martial arts school, and fun facts. It is so good to be back, Season 2, Talk Tuesday, answering your questions. We've had so many questions pour in via email, social media, text messages, in person, and we are absolutely excited to dive into these questions. So thank you for your attention, thank you for your eyeballs, your ears, just giving us your time and letting us be a part of your life and giving you some awesome tips to help create a better version of yourself and your kids. So without further ado, question number 1, how do I get my kids self-motivated? A lot of times we try and get our kids to do things and get excited about things, but they just kind of mope and just do whatever they want, and it's just kind of right? And so how do I get them motivated? How do I motivate my kids? And this can tie into yourself as well. So I'm going to give you 6 different things that you can do to get yourself or get your children motivated. So self-motivation. Number 1, talk. You want to talk things out. So if I want to get something done, I want to first kind of just talk to myself. As weird as it sounds, talking to yourself actually will help you kind of get into that next step, trying to push myself. Give yourself a little pep talk. We've all seen the videos and the funny little pranks on TV where someone's in a corner saying, you know, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. The funny thing is, it actually works. So try and talk that motivation up first and really help get that going for you. Number 2, visualize. So whatever your goal is, you want to visualize it happening. I always try and teach all of our students here that you want to reverse engineer whatever it is you want. So if you want to get that black belt, see yourself having that black belt. See yourself doing that test. See yourself breaking that break. See yourself in that particular environment. What does that person look like? What does that version of you look like? And then reverse engineer it. Once you can visualize things, you can start seeing how they work and how it happened and how did you get there, and then you can kind of work your way backwards and make it happen. So if I want to make $100, I can see myself with $100 in my hand. I have to think, what did I do to get there? Maybe I mowed 10 people's lawns, maybe I washed some cars, maybe I babysit. I did something to get me there. So visualize it. Number 1, talk. Give that little pep talk to yourself. Number 2, visualize. Number 3, you want to increase the pain. Talk to the pain. So what I mean by this is, a lot of times we don't want to get out of bed in the morning because we just want to stay comfortable. But we know every time that we hit that snooze button, it just diminishes the time that we have left to get to work. So the pain would be, if I don't go to work today, I get fired, I lose my job, I lose all my money, I lose my house, my car, I lose everything. And that's the pain. And so we get out of bed, we do what we have to do. So think worst case scenario. What is the worst case scenario? Whatever's happening, what's going to happen if you don't do that? So talk to your kids. If they want to go to a great college, the pain for not going to a great college is not getting a good job, not having money, not just being where they want to be. So have them visualize where they want to be. I want to be, rich and famous. Okay, we have to get to college to do that, to get the degrees, to get the education, to get all of that stuff. And then we can get what we want. So you visualize yourself in college, visualize that big mansion, visualize all the money. What are you doing? I have my own business. Great. Now you have to work your way back. So you talked it up, you visualized it. Now we're talking to the pain. What happens, Johnny, if you don't go to college and you don't get a good job? And then they start seeing things and they start going, oh no, I don't want this, and this could happen if I don't do this. Now you're almost scaring them into that particular thing, into that particular goal. Number 4, you want to find true interests. Find things they're interested in. Find things you're interested in. Maybe you want to stay at home and you want to make money on the side. Well, what could you do? Are you a blogger? Maybe you could blog and write things to make money that way. Maybe you can do product reviews. There's a billion different things, but you have to be interested in what you want to have happen. And so I can't tell you, hey, I want you to be an underwater basket weaving champion, and I want you to be motivated about that. But if you're not into that, if you're not interested in underwater basket weaving, you're not going to do it. You're not going to really get yourself kick-started to move in that direction. So it's important that you're interested in whatever it is you want to have happen. So find out what your kids are interested in and help them get to that particular level. Number 5, boost your energy. Sometimes we're a little bit too tired and it just takes a little bit longer for us to get going. For me, I'm not a morning person, so I have to have my sugar-free Red Bull, or I have to have my energy meal, something to get me going so I wake up and I'm not just groggy throughout the day. So sometimes just an extra little bit of energy. So obviously we're not going to give our kids Red Bulls and Monsters again if they're 6 or 7 years old, but we have to find ways to get them going. What motivates them? Find that interest and get that going. Sometimes for kids, the boost of energy is a reward, a game, a prize, something that's going to help motivate them and get them going and kickstart them in the right direction. Hey, Bobby, if we're up at 7:30 this morning, we're going to write our goals down, but if we get all of these things done by 10 o'clock, we're going to go to the park, or we're going to go to the video game store, or we're going to go and do whatever their interest is, because now you've got them going, you've boosted that energy. Number 6, take small steps. Take small steps to make it happen. A lot of times you tend to think that, hey, this is going to be this big transformation overnight. I'm going to be motivated. It's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to wake up and boom, I'm ready to go. It doesn't always work that way. So you have to take small baby steps. Celebrate minor victories. That was a big thing in season 1. Minor victories are bigger than major victories. Again, if you want to make X amount of dollars, but you're taking these small steps and you made $500 more a month, that's a huge victory for you. That's more than where you were. Or if your kids want to get straight A's, but now they got a B+ from a B-, that's a victory. That's a small victory. So take baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Small steps will help you get to that ultimate end game goal. So number 1, talk to yourself. Talk that motivation and get that going. Number 2, visualize it. You have to see things before they happen. Number 3, talk to that pain. What's the worst case scenario if you don't get going? What's the worst case scenario if this goal doesn't happen? And what's the worst case scenario if you just kind of stay where you're at? Number 4, find true interest. You have to be interested in whatever it is that you are being motivated to do. Number 5, boost your energy. And number 6, take small steps. Again, it's all about the baby steps. The little things are the most important thing. You know, again, if you're married or you're dating someone, we all know that the little things are the big things. The little things mean more than the big things. And so the same thing happens in life. The little steps, the little victories, the tiny stuff, that is your big celebrations, because those little steps will equivocate that big major victory. Question number 2, how do I choose the right martial arts school? A lot of parents come to us asking, how do I choose the right martial arts school? And I think it's so important that everyone should be transparent in everything that they do. But unfortunately, a lot of martial arts school owners are not. They're sleazy salespeople, and there's so many things they don't want you to ask or don't want you to know. So we're going to go over the top 2 things today I think every single person should be looking for whenever they're shopping for a martial arts school. I have a report that's the 11 questions that most martial arts school owners don't want you to know. If you want a copy, send me a message and I would happily send you that report. So it's important that we have these 2 things, because most of us, when we choose martial arts school, we pick 2 to 3 things. Price, schedule, and convenience is sometimes a third option. So we always look at the price. How cheap is it? Can I afford it? You know, what's that? I think that's not always the best thing to judge your enrollment on, so to speak. So price shouldn't be the number 1 factor that you're looking at. It's an important factor, but it shouldn't be the number 1. Scheduling and convenience is another big thing. But we're going to go into the 2 things. Number 1, consistency. Number 2, contracts. And these are the 2 things I think are the most important things. Again, there's 11 questions that we have, 11 things you should be asking, but we're going to cover 2. So consistency is so important. If you think about society today, we have 1 kid, mom and dad. Mom and dad get a divorce. There's no more consistency of both parents, and now you have people in and out of their lives. There's no consistency. They go to school. They always get a new teacher every year. No consistency. They play sports. They always get a new coach. no consistency. You want to have positive role models for your kids and a consistent atmosphere. Consistency is important. So there's a lot of great martial arts schools around. There's a lot of great people that run amazing martial arts schools. Some of my closest friends and good friends run amazing martial arts programs. But there's people that just shouldn't be doing that because they shouldn't. And so if you are looking for a martial arts school and the place you're looking for can't keep a location and they keep moving all around, that should be a red flag. You don't want someone that's going to be there for 6 months and not know what's going to happen the next. You don't want to enroll somewhere and then hope that they're going to be there for the future, but then they end up closing their doors and there's no long-term guarantee or safety net, so to speak. So I would avoid any place that has not been in their location for 5 to 7 years. I think that's important to have that consistency and that structure and that stability. I know people that bounce around location to location and go from big school to small location to warehouse to sharing space. You just avoid that at the plate. Just get away from that, because that's the number one thing you shouldn't be doing, because again, you want to be consistent and you want to give all of your students and your future students something that's stable and structured. So that's the one thing. Look for consistency, look for the longevity. We've been here for 10 years, and prior to that I was in Puyallup for another 15 teaching. And so we've been in the same location, same spot, same city for over 20 years, and I'm not going nowhere. So consistency with us is absolutely vital. We will always be here, and we're always determined and driven to create the best possible facility and program for all of our members and future members. Number 2 is contracts. This is a pro and a con, so to speak. It's great for business owners, bad for parents. But if we have that transparency, we're good. You know, a lot of times martial arts school owners will put members in contracts. I've heard of a guy that has a 3-year contract and all kinds of crazy stuff where you have to sign a contract where you can't badmouth this, and if you did, just insane. The minute someone gives you a contract, run. Kids nowadays, they're always changing their mind. From a business perspective, if I lock you into a contract, great. I've got you for 12 months to 36 months. I know for a fact you're paying me for those particular time, and I'm good, so I don't have to do my best. I can just kind of slack off and you have to pay. Whereas with us, we don't do contracts. There's no contracts. You have a 30-day notice that if you want to cancel, just let us know and you're good to go. But there's no contracts, because I know if I don't put you into a contract, you can leave whenever, so I have to give you the best program possible. I have to really serve you and do the best I can. It shouldn't be the other way around. So again, 2 things. Consistency. Is the school you're looking at consistent? Are they staying in the same spot for a long period of time? Have they been there? Are they a staple in the community? What are they doing? How long have they been there? What's their longevity look like? That's huge. That's huge for your family, for your children, and for your overall success. Contracts, run. If someone gives you a contract, don't sign it. Because again, there's so much shady stuff in the industry that people want to lock you down to contracts. Don't sign a contract. Again, your goal is to have us serve you. We want to be teaching you, enriching your lives. We're not locking you down to this crazy term of payment. So those are the 2 things. Again, if you want the report, the 11 questions most school owners don't want you to know, let me know and I'll send that to you. Question 3. Master Shields, what are some interesting fun facts about you? So a lot of times I'm talking about teaching you guys and really helping you, and I'm not one to talk about myself. I don't really brag and boast and say all the cool things that I've done and what my accomplishments are. To me, those are all byproducts of what I'm able to help share with you. So some fun facts about me: I'm a huge Ohio State Buckeyes fan. I absolutely love their football team, even though we lost. I'm still a diehard Buckeyes fan. I am an avid sneakerhead. I love shoes. I love Jordans and all kinds of cool stuff. I have a beautiful daughter. She just turned 2 on Saturday the 15th, tax day. So I'll never forget her birthday. That's kind of me. I'm quirky, a little nerd, kind of introvert. I keep to myself. Not very crazy and don't really do a lot of different things. I'm not the guy that goes rock climbing and hiking and all these insane stuff. I'm just a family guy. Just stay with my family and hang out and watch football and, you know, look up different shoes online and just kind of relax. I mean, that's kind of the phase I'm in, you know. So those are some fun facts about me. Nothing too exciting, you know. Other things, I've competed since I was 3 years old. I've been training for 30 years now, 30 some odd years, long time. I've been teaching for 20. Competed on every national scale there is. I've done every tournament. Won every award, tons of awards, was nominated to be inducted in the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame, bunch of crazy stuff. So, but enough about me, you know. Those are all my little things, my little fun facts. So there's your question. So yeah. Hey, thanks for watching Season 2, Episode 1 of Talk Tuesday. It's absolutely an honor to be able to serve you and your family each and every week. I look forward to talking to you next week. If you have questions, post them in the comments. Send me a direct message. You can Facebook me, send me a message on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, email me. However you want, get me your questions and I'll answer them.